All right, we're moving on to Unit 6, Section 3.2, Weighted Mean. So try this. In your calculator, type in 3 times 12, 12 times 7. When you get your answer for that, add it to the answer of 9 times 11, and add that to the answer of 6 times 24. You have to do these three things separately and then add them. And then when you get the total, divided by the total of these three. And you will get probably 12.11. Okay. Ewan is a contractor. This chart shows how much he pays employees. What is the mean hourly wage of Ewan's employees? So he has some electricians, plumbers, all that. So all we have to do is total hourly wages over here. We multiply these to get the answer. So this is 2, this is 2, this is 20. And then this is 32.75, 39.50, 23. And we multiply them to get 65.50, 237, 460, and now we have to total them. He's got 30 total employees, and he pays them all $839. Come on, $0.00. So because we add from here to here, we add them all. Awesome. Record the following in the chart: the total hourly wage for each trade, the total number of employees, and the total hourly wage for all the employees. What is the mean hourly wage for Ewan's employees? So mean hourly wage is the total hourly wage divided by total number of employees. Well, we just figured out the total was 839 above, and he has 30 total, so 839 divided by 30 is 27.97. So the mean hourly wage of Ewan's employees is almost $28. Okay, then we move on to example 1. Jennifer assesses job applicants. Avery and Bryn interview for a position. Their scores from 1 to 5 are in the chart. The score 5 is highest. Who should get the job? Okay, so we have their scores right here. The solution: what is the mean score for each applicant? So the mean is, we're going to add for Avery, so she's got 4 plus, that's education, plus 5 plus 2 plus 2. And we're going to divide it by the number of them, which is 4, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Good, and that'll equal 13. Divide that by 4, her average score is 3.25. Bryn, on the other hand, has a 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3. Divide that by 4 is equal to 12. And if we divide that by 4, we get an average of 3. So their mean score, Avery is a bit higher on the mean score than Bryn. B. So Jennifer looks at both of these two people, and she assigns a weight to each category to show its importance. What is each weighted mean score? If you didn't know, weighted mean means a mean that includes the relative importance of each piece of data. So maybe education is very important, So right here, this says weight, Avery score, and this is the weight score. Bryn's score, and Bryn's weight score. So the way to do this is 10 times 4 is 40. So 5 times 5. So we're just going to multiply across. 40, then 25, then 40, then 30. And we add that up to get 135 all the way down. So total 50, 135 for the weighted scores. Let's see this one. We have 10 times 3, so it's this times the beginning one is 30. So that means 2 times 5 is 10. 80, 45, 45. And the total means, weighted mean for her is 165 for the second person. So now we just take the weighted mean, and that's the sum of the weighted scores divided by the sum of the weights. So that means sum of the weights is 50 for both people, but one person got 135, which is Avery, and one person got 165, which is Bryn. So 2.7 and 3.3. Who should get the job based on the scores? Hint, the highest score shows the best qualified applicant. Well, highest score is Bryn. So we're going to write Bryn. So she got 3.3 for the weighted, but over here, she got 3 for the mean score. But that's because if you look at this chart up here, Avery did score more on average, but Jennifer said that communication and leadership is more important. So Bryn actually outscored Avery when you weight the categories. Cool. Okay, moving on to example 2. So we have a Canadian survey asks the following questions. If a noteworthy event happens within your circle of friends, how are you most likely to hear about it? What percent of all the people who answered said they were most likely to hear about it on a social networking site? So we have the ages of the people and the percents. So this just says age right here. So I'm going to just write above so you know what you're looking at here. So social network, that means like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, etc. The next one is text messages. And the last one is email. So you can see mostly people that are in their younger ages tend to use social media as a way to get information. Okay, so solution. The population of each age group as a percent of the total survey population is shown below. So this is the percent for social network. And this is age group as percent of people surveyed. And the last one is the weight percent of people who said social networking. So we're just taking a look at social networking, which is that one right here. Right there. So 18 to 29-year-olds, 46%. So we did 46 times the 13.4% of the age group as a percent of people who's surveyed, which is 0.061 dot 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 dot, lots of different. So about 6.1%. Then we go 0.33. I'm just converting this and this, dividing it by 100. 0.282, and we get 0.093, so about 9.3%. 0.14, 0.375, and that gives us 0.052. Let's round it to 3. So it's about 5.3%, 0.08, 0.209. Our answer is 0.016, so about 1.6%. And that totals to 22.4%. What percent of all the people who answered said they were most likely to hear on social networking sites? About, well, right here, 23%, let's say. 22.4, well, 22. It rounds, about 22% of people who answered said this. Okay, on to practice now. So let's take a look here. We got Oakwood High. Oh, this is good, actually. I like this first one. I'll do it with you. So we have a class size. We have mean exam mark. And we have class, if you can't read that. Okay, so Oakwood High has 4 classes of grade 12 math. The size of each class and the mean exam mark for the class are given in the chart. What is the mean exam mark for all 4 classes? So not just one, but all 4 combined. All right, to do that, we have to do 26 times 82 plus 29 times 77 plus 22 times 75 plus 24 times 70. And then we have to divide by the total of them all, which would just be adding 26 plus 29 plus 22 plus 24. So we get an answer of 7,695, and we divide that by the total number of students, 101, and we get about 76.2 is the mean exam mark. So when you look at that compared to the classes, this class was bad, that class was bad, that class was good, that class was good, which makes sense because we're kind of in the middle of all of them. Okay. Vitus and Flynn are applying for community college program. Applicants get a score between 1 and 4 in 4 categories. The score 4 is highest. Each category has a weight. To be accepted, they need to have a weighted mean over 2.5. Which category has the greatest weight in the mean? Explain why. Okay, that means this says weight. This says Vitus, one of the guys, and this is Flynn. Just take a look at which one has the, in this column, which one has the biggest weight, and why would it matter then? And who would be accepted? I'll just break that down for you quick. You'll have to do Vitus and Flynn, And you'll have to do exactly what we did in the previous problem, which was I'll do one guy and you do the other. 35 times 3. So we're going to take the weight times 3. For the other guy, you just take the weight times his score, right? Plus 20 times 2 plus 30 times 4 plus 15 times 2 divided by the total is just adding all the weights together, which is 100, and you get 2.95. So do the other guy and tell me who will be accepted. Blank will be accepted. Okay, looking at number 3, Colton got these marks in science. Which piece of work has the greatest weight in the final mark? Explain why. Okay, so I'll write down, this says work, this says mark, and that says percent of final mark. So this quiz is 68 and it's worth 5%. There's an essay that is that he got 75% on and it's worth 25% of your grade. Then he did a project that he got 70 on and it's worth 20%. And then he did an exam and he got 78 and that was worth 50% of his grade. So what piece of work has the greatest weight? Well, you look at this column here and pick the biggest number and tell me why you think it's the biggest or the most weight. And then what was Colton's final mark in science? Well, to do that, you guessed it, we do the same thing as before. Just like you did with who's going to be accepted, I'll start off the question. 5, oh no, went up ahead, sorry guys. You'll have to do 5 times 68, so you can see I'm going to do this, plus 25 times 75 plus 20 times 70 plus 50 times 78 divided by 100. What is his final mark? Let me know. All right, 4. We have Dalia. She is class organized a food drive, and she's calculated the weighted mean for the average number of items collected per student. So this is hamper time stuff. Awesome. This says food items collected. So number of students in the classes, and we have the average number of items collected per student. So her weighted mean is 4.4 plus 3 plus this plus this plus this plus this divided by 6 is 4.7. The average number of items collected per student was 4.7. What is her error? Well, she didn't take into account the class sizes. So she just has the mean, not the weighted mean. So to do the weighted mean, we'll have to do what she started doing, 4.4, but we have to times that by 25 because that class has 25 plus, you got it, 3.0 times 14 plus 4.8, wow, not 3, 4.8 times 35 plus this plus this plus this. 5.5 times 32 plus 5.5 times 36 plus 5 times 18. Then divide that by how many students there are. So we have to add these. 25 plus 14 plus 35 plus 32 plus 36 plus 18. So the top divided by the bottom, you're going to get, I don't know, you tell me, the weighted mean. It should be between your highest one, which is right here, is 5.5, and your lowest one is 3. So if you get an answer that's not in between those two, it's wrong. So the correct weighted mean is, tell me. Number 5. We have a chart that shows the percent of people who speak a language other than English or French at home. Hey, that's Mr. K. So we have cities here on the left. Then people who don't speak English or French at home. We have population of the cities. And then we have the number of people who don't speak French or English at home. So in Winnipeg, 21.5% of people don't speak English at home. We have a population of 750. So we times them together and we get 162,024 people don't speak English at home in Winnipeg. So do that for the rest of these. Just multiply, multiply, multiply. You're going to get 23,231, 160,295, and 624,129. Okay. So we're looking at a total population of 4,602,600. And the total that don't speak English at home is 969,679. So how many people in each city speak a language other than English or French at home? Complete the last column in the chart and determine the totals. Okay, so we did that right up there. What percent of people who live in these cities speak a language other than English or French? So we do number of people who speak another language divided by the population. So that's just our totals that we got. 969,679. And we divide that by the 4.6 million. And that's about 0.21 or 21% of people don't speak English at home in all of those cities. Okay, suppose that you determine the mean of the percent in the chart. Would it match answers in part B? Explain. Tell me. Suppose you determined the mean of the percents in the chart, like we've been doing in this. Would it match 21% or would they all be different? Hint, they'd all be different. So no, it won't match. Tell me why. Okay, that's 3.2. And the next, we're done with mean. Next video, we'll be doing 3.3 median.